Big news for crypto investors and digital finance enthusiasts. From Capitol Hill to the blockchain, we're on the brink of a new era. Trump's USD1 stablecoin is making headlines, and also in the US Congress gearing up to regulate stablecoins for the first time. This is not just another crypto update. This could literally unlock trillions in market value. So stay tuned.
Watching Bitcoin climb higher feels like watching a train leave without you, but it's not too late. At Drip2BTC, you can grow your Bitcoin like never before. Earn up to 3,000% APR on credit conversions and discounts on Bitcoin purchases. Step 1, buy Bitcoin. Step 2, deposit it. Step 3, let your wallet do the work. Don't miss this chance to change your life. Start today at Drip2BTC.com.
Hey guys, welcome back. Drip Coach here with Drip and Farm for Poverty, where we don't trust, we verify, and operate integrity and transparency. I know it may not feel like it, but we are still in this bull run, and there is so many bricks being laid on the groundwork for this foundation to take off from and not show any signs of slowing down once it does. And it just doesn't feel that way because this sideways chop and the recent 30% correction that we've had. But again, if you've been watching my channel, you knew that this correction was priced in or expected, and you're understanding all of the actual work going on behind the scenes. And especially with this stablecoin bill, like this was something that should have been passed last cycle, but they fumbled the ball with regulation, and now it is moving forward. So according to this article, U.S. House stablecoin bill poised to go public, lawmakers atop crypto panel. Give you the quick summary from Altcoin Daily, because that's just easier to digest.
The U.S. House stablecoin bill poised to go public as Congress pushes the bill through the process, a bill that would finally regulate stablecoins.
So this bill is currently going through the Senate. It passed the Senate Banking Committee 18-6. I did a vote count right before I came on the air, and I think this does get the 60 votes it needs in the Senate and overcomes any potential filibuster. Now, I think this bill will pass sometime between May and July, and what it does is it sets up stablecoin issuers to be regulated either by the feds or by the state authorities and requires them to have 100% high-quality liquid assets. But most importantly, it brings regulatory clarity and loosens up enforcement risk so that these issuers and these tokens can then operate in the United States going forward.
And what this would...
And this is huge for the actual entire crypto market. So we saw, if you've been following my channel, you were around one Terra Luna collapse, which was a stable coin that was algorithmic and tied to Luna on the, Luna platform or blockchain. Man, it's been so long. But that collapsed. Then we had the SEC Wells notice against Paxos, which was doing BUSD. The point being that there was no regulatory framework for stablecoins, and it is such an easy win for the entire crypto industry, as well as like for Trump's goal of making or securing the US dollar as still the global reserve currency. Because by using stablecoins backed by liquid assets such as dollars in the treasury or treasury bills that can be turned into physical notes within like a six months or 1 year is the most that they do for treasury debt. That just allows for global remittance like immediately. It doesn't have to go through a bunch of different exchanges to where you got to convert from one note to another or be delayed by SWIFT with huge fees being seized. It literally goes directly from one wallet to the next, and for pennies. Like, this is huge. And on top of that, you've heard me you've seen me reference information from Raoul Pal and Jack Mallers about how this global debt needs to be refinanced and needs to be supported or purchased by other individuals. Countries such as China no longer want to finance our debt or hold our debt. They want to get rid of dollars and get a more stable asset such as Bitcoin or gold. But stable coins for the average middle class person holding treasuries, that is insane value, especially if you're in a situation or country where your local currency is inflating, like a Venezuela or a Zimbabwe or something like that. So there are billions of people that can finance that debt, and it benefits them substantially. So this moving forward, man, is sure to unlock trillions in crypto. And Trump, being the businessman that he is, has already sniffed out that opportunity And that's where this comes in. So World Liberty Fi unveils USD1. This digital token will be tied to the US dollar. The stablecoin will launch on ETH and Binance Smart Chain with plans to expand to other blockchains later. This is a huge move, and it's not priced in because Binance is the global juggernaut centralized exchange across the world. And anyone coming into crypto in another country outside the US is probably coming in through Binance and slowly OKX. Those are their top two. And Binance was already previously dominating the stable. Well, they weren't dominating. They were like number two. Then USDT dethroned them because BUSD was no longer supported. But this is huge. That allows these treasury bills to again be financed to third-party individuals all over the world. And World Liberty Fi is tied to the Trump family, and like it or not, you know, this may be a gray area for them being able to do this. But regardless, when the House and the Senate, I think the House is slight majority control Republicans, and the Senate is a much more dominant control, and Trump is in office to make money and create business deals and run the US like a business. This is an opportunity he clearly understands and is running forward with. Nothing has been updated on the World Liberty Financial site. They sold out of all their tokens. They raised over $550 million. According to Arkham, one of their public wallets they own, they still own a significant amount of ETH and BTC and USDT. But if they have or are creating their own stablecoin, then that will be something to look at in regards to what else they will be moving into, because it's basically having their own stablecoin and the amount of transaction fees and then holding treasury bonds on that they can generate, the amount of money that this entire entity can generate and whatever they will be investing in or partnering with or whatever, that will be a clear pump signal for at least the remainder of Trump's time in office. And if they do it right, and these things can't be rolled back with another administration and different legislation, this will become just a juggernaut on its own right that will be a whale that can influence markets. So, like it or not, swim with the whales, and there's an opportunity to make money. And on the heels of that, we see that Trump's media social platform, Truth Social, has partnered with Crypto.com, and they saw a recent pump in their Crow token as the platform is poised to launch a series of crypto-backed exchanges traded funds, ETFs, and exchange traded products, ETPs. So that is again just pointing in that direction of they are indeed taking the guardrails off of crypto and going all in on this. And all of that is poised to probably move into this thing. Like, still don't really know what this is, but remembering the clips from Eric talk about the goal is to be this completely decentralized platform similar to Aave, where people can get loans, borrow against their crypto, get completely debanked and stuff. So they are putting the fundamental foundational pieces in place, like having liquidity, like an ETH and BTC, and creating stable coins, and now partnering with crypto exchanges. It's just crazy to see the amount of catalysts and support. Now, I don't know why they picked Crow. I think they were looking at Binance. There was a tweet out about that. Maybe that didn't work. Binance.us, so they went with Crypto.com. But Crypto.com pretty much just screwed over the crypto industry, or at least the people that supported their platform. So back in 2021, they had burned 70% of their total supply. And then on March 2nd, they proposed minting this 70 billion right back. Now, I'm quite certain that they knew that going into this discussion. And the reason they're doing it supposedly is to add it to the crypto strategic reserve that the US wants to have, or Chrono strategic reserve. So I don't know if that'll be donated to the US crypto strategic reserve or part of it or whatever. But either way, the actual platform themselves, the exchange themselves, just voted and passed it. It's like screwing over everyone else who's been holding the Crow token and investing in it or whatever. Like when you put 70% of the supply right back into play and give it to yourself, man, that is some sinister shit. But that's the nature of the game in crypto, man. Like especially with these centralized exchanges or any token contract or devs that still have minting functionality. If they control the keys to the contract and they can be minted, man, they will open up those floodgates and reward themselves. That's why he said, don't trust, verify. And even when you have an exchange that does things that looks like it's supportive and on your side and been operating for a couple of years, you never know what they're going to do on the back end. Like I'm bullish and supportive of Binance, but they are very centralized from the validators to the way that they operate behind the scenes, completely centralized and opaque. So no one is immune to any of that unless it's a completely decentralized chain with all of the contracts public that can be verified and have been verified, tested. So that is a slap in the face, in my humble opinion, but still a step in the right direction in regards to deregulating the space or adding some oversight and clarity. And all of this was on the heels of the crypto summit that Trump did. I think it was on the 20th or something like that, where he met with a bunch of the strategic influencers, administration, lawmakers, people talking about the future of Bitcoin. And so at least with this stablecoin bill, we should probably see that by the end of the summer, I would imagine, being passed and executed on. And I forgot the deadline that they're supposed to have for creating a budget neutral strategy for purchasing Bitcoin, but that's part of this. So all of this is geared to have a blow off summer, fall for this bull run. Like it is not over by any means. And when you look at this is the stablecoin market cap. The entire crypto market cap is just 2.7 trillion. So stablecoins are only a 10% of that, like, and just under 10%, to be honest. And then the amount of capital that is in like treasury bills and the asset markets and all this other stuff that this unlocks by creating some framework around this, dude, it's just insane. Like the easier, let's rephrase this. So this may not make any sense because you're like, oh, stablecoin's $1, you can't trade it. But here's what this does. By regulating this and opening the floodgates for investors globally all over the world to be able to get into US dollars and then into crypto, i.e. via Binance or whatever, that just allows for that capital that they're sitting on that they don't have anywhere else to put it to flood into crypto because it's so easy. As long as you got a smartphone and some ID for some of the exchanges, you can pretty much get onboarded. And there's even ways to, not have to go through verification and all that stuff. So it just opens up all of that capital. Whereas right now it is being controlled and bottlenecked through the legacy financial markets and guardrails. So I think this is huge. It's not showing its effects in the current market, but man, this is just such an amazing buy opportunity because there is so little downside. Like even if we still have that 10, 20% correction from here back to the low 70s, it is definitely going up from here. Like there is no question about that. Again, that's why I'm showing you all these pieces, these bricks being laid for the foundation. It's going to increase. Global M2, all this stuff, it's coming and there is no stopping it. And the only way to capture it is to be a part of it and be in it. And especially dollar cost averaging, buying your piece of Bitcoin at these prices. Like I have no idea how long we're going to see this, but I mentioned before, due to M2, we would see something by the end of second quarter. And now with this stablecoin stuff going in, man, that's May timeframe, sure. All right, smash that HBO special, help a brother out, like, subscribe, comment down below. And until next time, live daily and achieve your impossible. See ya.
Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? Sprix Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.